roll tide. Fuck Tuscaloosa in every city that's close by. Bitch ass hillbilly redneck fans. Auburn almost caught y'all slacking like dress pants. Michigan trash, they ain't got a damn chance. Only Wolverine I respect is X-Man. Sheen ass coach got exposed, still in plays. Damn right I'm bitter, y'all sweeter than lemonade. Texas ain't shit to rave about. The Longhorns only good at a steakhouse. Had y'all like number 3, I was like, no way. Y'all lost to Oklahoma, which means y'all just okay. And Washington not important, y'all be some...
Yes. The Tiny Hat CEO has returned to the Renegade Roast. What is up to everybody in the chat? Shout out to my beautiful co-host, the FSU Harley Quinn. What up, Jen? How you doing, girl?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, listen. I'm fantastic. You hit me with the hey. Okay, all right. That sounds dirty, girl. You go ahead. I'm scared of you. She got the head movement. Look at her. Listen, I'm a sucker for blondes with the neck movement. When they do all of this, when they talking to you, that's just game over for me. So,
most men are suckers for blondes. I don't think that's a big news flash.
It's a news flash for this guy. Okay? That's what we're doing out here. Either way, we got a fun show to go over with y'all tonight. This is gonna be fun. All right, we about to run down on some people, and I'm having a great time today. So I hope y'all ready. I want to thank everybody for pulling up. Please make sure you like and subscribe. This is going to be fantastic. So we're going to get some, of course, we're going to talk about some of our fellow Big 3 counterparts, or Big 2, I should say. But let's start off with the first thing that hit the timeline this week that just absolutely made me die laughing. Did you know that Mario Cristobal is the next Dabo Sweeney?
I did because Miami fans said so, you know. I guess Mario's mom is writing his name on his best sweatshirts in block letters that just says Mario, like she used to do with Dabo, you know, because they have to find their clothes, and that's cute.
Listen, the only thing they got in common is that I guarantee you Mario's mom is ironing his clothes with too much starch and making sure that them chinos that he got from one of them Cubans on the corner out there has the beautiful crease in them, just like Dabo's mama does. She still pack his clothes. She still pull his clothes out every day. I guarantee you when he sit down at nighttime, she brushes his hair before he go to sleep. I just thought that was hilarious. Some Shames fan really opened their mouth, and they really thought that they could try to compare what Dabo did at Clemson, winning the national titles, bringing in the coordinators, kind of being the CEO of the program. And they tried to say that Mario is doing the same thing as Dabo, which on his face is one of the most ridiculous statements I've ever heard. But just the delusion coming out of these boys down there in Coral Gables, it is the stuff of legend at this point.
I would say the closest thing that Mario and Dabo have in common is that they both should have been fired after year 2 when they were head coaches. Because, you know, if anybody doesn't remember, Dabo was almost fired. He should have been, like, he was very close. He had to fire his whole coaching staff and then brought on Venables and all the things and had amazing assistants. But now it's not going that way. But that's where the comparisons end for me. One wins conference games, makes playoffs, has actual quarterbacks that get, you know, better sometimes. Well, not anymore because Dabo hired his cousin, but that's a whole nother story. We know that, like, the differences end there. Like, they end there. Although I am pretty sure, though, maybe they don't end there. You know what? Now that I think about it, Dabo ruined poor DJU's career.
Right.
Maybe they don't end there.
It's kind of wild because I just don't see where they're getting this from. I guess they want to try to say Mario's a CEO type.
Maybe.
But in what world? Because if I recall correctly, he's going to his third year? Third year, second offensive coordinator?
Yep. So, second defensive coordinator too.
Second defensive coordinator. So he's out here recruiting. I guess if you want to say he's recruiting on Dabo's level, maybe. But what is he doing with it? I mean, in game, Dabo actually made good decisions in game. He know when to call timeout. He know when to call knees. So what the hell is
I don't know. I don't know that Dabo's really allowed to call plays, though, is he?
Right. he doesn't interfere with his coordinators. He let the
That's true.
coordinators
That's what I'm
do
saying.
their
Yes,
job.
yes, yes. Mm-hmm.
It doesn't
Mario,
make
on
any
the other
sense.
hand, yeah, he doesn't have that gene. Mario thinks he's in charge. That's the difference. There you go. That's the difference. Dabo knows he's not really in charge of game day, right? Mario thinks he is and then ruins it. There's a difference.
Right. This doesn't make any sense to me, and I know that's a reach of epic proportions if we really want to say that. Again, I don't see where they're getting this from, but these boys are wild. More nonsense, coming out of them. They're just trying to grasp at straws. This right here is almost peak off-season champs. Like, we're not quite there yet, but this is all they're almost at full tilt, and we got about 8 weeks left, I want to say,
Yeah.
until the season starts. So right now, as these boys are in their prime and they're gonna hit us, something's coming. Something is gonna come to show us that we are at the peak of off-season champs status. And I just thought that this was absolutely hilarious. This is definitely one of the top 5 most ridiculous things that I heard somebody
I
say.
couldn't believe it. That's why, when I saw it, I had to send it to you guys and I was like, look at this bullshit. These guys, anytime I feel bad about myself, I go over to the Miami boards and then you automatically calm down. You're like, okay, maybe I'm not as delulu as I thought I was, because this will make you feel better about your life. Okay. These people will make you feel better about your life. Yeah, I don't really understand anything that goes on with that Miami fan base. They really think that Mario is like the next legend when his ass, name me one big team he ever beat at Oregon. He lost to Utah twice. Not just lost, got rickrolled by Utah in that conference championship game. Lost to him that year, still lost. I mean, please, Oregon. I mean, again, Oregon's a fine program. I think Dan Lanning might do something. I mean, we can roast Oregon at some point down the road if we want to, because I think that O means 0 championships and it'll continue that way. I don't, because they don't play anybody. I don't, anybody they play, they lose to. That's all I'm going to say.
Right.
So I don't really get it from this whole standpoint of Mario is this great coach. He's not. The Pac-12 when Mario was in it was awful.
And he did the same nonsense at FIU. That was the reason FIU got his ass
and got fired at FIU. Are you kidding? And had to go to Nick Saban's rehab
his
program of
rehabilitation
coaches.
coaching clinic.
I don't need this anymore, guys. And then he studied under Willie Taggart. Do we need anything else? I don't need anything else. Do you?
Oh yeah. And that's the best part about this whole thing. They want to give him credit for all of the stuff that he did at Oregon, but last I checked, Willie Taggart had that thing humming when it came to recruiting, and Willie was only there for 1 year. And when Mario came in, every single player that was on that squad that was worth talking about regressed under Mario, unlike they did under Taggart. I mean, Taggart had his flaws and his faults, but while he was there, they put up points. That offense was high scoring. They let a lot of teams come back, and the Oregon
still didn't win anything.
Right? No, of course they didn't. But at the same time, look at the headlines when Taggart left to go to FSU after that 1 year. The Oregon beat writers and all of them were saying, we wish he would have stayed longer. He was doing things with recruiting we haven't seen. Mario came in there, and all of the headlines were saying the same thing that we saying now. The same thing we saying at Miami. All the talent in the world. What the hell are they doing with it? What is this guy doing?
Utah? Losing to Utah is what they were doing.
I mean, they got nothing.
Losing to Utah.
They got nothing. Listen, for all of I can't stand Clemson, and I damn sure can't stand Dabo. All right, I don't like anybody whose mom is still cutting the crust off their peanut butter and jelly sandwiches at night. But say what you will about Dabo, he single-handedly got rid of the term Clemsoning because of him actually pulling it off while he was up there. Now, Mario ain't shake now allegation that we got about his sorry ass. Yeah, he can recruit. Cool. He interferes with his coordinators. He's a horrible in-game coach. He runs his players. They'll run through a wall for him until it comes time for the fourth quarter, and then they just fold and crumble. I don't want to hear nothing about what Mario got going on. He's nowhere near close to Dabo. Again, he ain't even in Dabo's neighborhood. I don't know why these Hurricanes fans got Dabo's name in their mouth. Do something first.
Dabo has conference championships. Mario doesn't have an ACC championship. I guess he has like a Pac-12 championship. Does he?
I think he does.
One.
I think he does.
Because he didn't win it last year because he lost to Utah, or the year he, skipped over to Miami.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm sitting here going, okay, Willie Taggart did better with his team at Oregon than Mario did.
Mm-hmm.
And look, Dabo, this is what I'm going to say. Dabo did get rid of Clemsoning, but did he? Because I'm pretty sure that the ACC refs did that with that false clipping that started that bullshit.
Well, I mean, yeah, you could, but look, he did.
I'm a hater. I'm just going to put that in there. I had to.
Don't get me wrong; it's coming back because we just saw him last year against Florida State. They Clemsoned all over the field. We seen that. And, combine that with Florida State's defense being just lights out. He definitely is bringing it back as well. He's coming a whole full circle. It's all coming full circle. So I'm not worried about that. But again, as much as it pains me to say it, put some respect on Dabo's name. As trash as I think he is, as I hope they keep him there forever. I hope he never learns what the transfer portal is.
He still isn't.
But Dabo got titles. He's actually put it together. He's actually won, and the Hurricanes again.
Yeah, you can't. Y'all look for Miami to even question this because Dabo's actually won an ACC championship, a couple ACC championships. Miami can't sniff one, and the fact is, the one time they actually made it to the game against Dabo, they had to kick a field goal so they wouldn't lose by 33 points. In the last couple of minutes, they had to do that so it wasn't a blank.
Mm-hmm.
That's the grossest thing I've ever seen. Hello, Billy Napier versus what was that, Utah State or whatever that bullshit was they did? Kick that field goal when they were down by that much in a bowl game. Look, Miami, y'all got to stop this. This is why y'all get made fun of all the time. And I'm going to put Tennessee fans, y'all are on the same watch with this bullshit. Win something, do something, people might respect you. Stop talking shit when you have nothing to back it up with. Not your McDonald's bags. I mean, Tennessee couldn't even use Chick-fil-A bags. Isn't that classier than McDonald's? You know what I mean? Y'all still are just losers. And Miami is over here doing God knows what with God knows who, and they still lose.
Do they even have Chick-fil-A's by Tennessee? I don't even think they got Chick-fil-A's by Tennessee.
Oh, yeah. Chick-fil-A is all over Tennessee. We're in the South, darling. You know that.
Sorry.
Chick-fil-A is everywhere.
They go sit their ass down somewhere too. I'm sick of them too. All right, enough about that. Hurricanes, come on, dog. Y'all better than this. Y'all better. No, you're not.
No, you're not.
This is right on brand. Y'all can go shut y'all asses up. This is right on brand.
We have this is why we have material every week. Because they're not any better than this.
This is peak Delulu, and I absolutely love it.
I love it. I love it.
Speaking of Delulu, so some genius at the ACC headquarters, whatever GA that they got, handling their social media accounts, thought it was smart for them to put up a graphic to talk about the ACC going to 18 teams, and they want to highlight the absolute ass that they are bringing into the Ass Coast Conference. I don't know how much more ass you can bring into it. All right, this ass is already it's oversized. It's got dimples in it, and it ain't even nice like slight cellulite. This is full on. Why is she wearing them shorts? She needs to go put on a sarong, a dress, or she needs to be locked in the basement somewhere. Level ass out here. That's what we're looking at. As they're celebrating bringing in SMU, Cal, and Stanford into this plebeian ass conference. Let me get your thoughts on the ACC's gamble, their last ditch effort to try to make themselves worthy of anybody discussing once Florida State and Clemson get out of here.
Well, their last ditch effort was in the ditch because you brought on a bunch of losers nobody gives two fucks about. No offense, all offense. Everything I say is true except for the things that are false. I'm just saying Nobody cares about SMU except for SMU fans. Nobody cares about Stanford. Even Stanford's own fans don't care. And that's the same goes for Cal because they're broke. So let's bring on another broke team that Florida State gets to fund. Thank you. I'm so over this. Like, nobody cares. Cal, what has Cal ever done except for had Aaron Rodgers as a quarterback? That's the last time anybody ever heard about Cal. Who, by the way, wanted to go to Florida State. No offense. Jeff Bowden, thank you for that.
They're a travesty. They're a travesty, and the fact that they thought that bringing in SMU, Cal, and Stanford, like of all of the Pac-12 teams that you could have poached if you were going to go that route, that's what you brought in here with. That's what you brought in.
Well, that's because the Big 12 was on top of it before the ACC was.
Which leads me to right where I was going, and I'm glad you said that. That just shows how trash the leadership of this rat-ass conference is. Like, the Big 12 had enough foresight to say, hey, let's go poach all of the good shit from out there and leave the rest of this to figure out where they're going. And the ACC comes along after the sale is already done, after everybody on Black Friday done got all of the nice TVs, they done got the nice jump drives, they done got all of the nice electronics. Then the ACC comes strolling in there, and then they're the ones standing around looking around pissed off because they ain't no more to say. They're that asshole that's standing over there at customer service going, well, if it's in the ad, how come I don't see it anywhere? Sir, we opened at midnight. You here at 10 a.m.
Well, you know why they brought in those teams? Because Notre Dame wanted them to.
And we back to
this wasn't about the ACC trying to be proactive. Those fuckers haven't been proactive on anything in their whole damn life. They certainly weren't proactive when they needed a team to be in the playoffs. They weren't proactive when they try and promote actual teams that make money. Stop calling Wake Forest the up-and-coming leading fan base in the conference, because I'm sorry, has anybody ever been to Snuggy Hill? There's like 5 people out there drinking rosé out of a box with a blanket on them and nobody in the stands. Nobody gives a shit about Wake Forest, Jim Phillips. And again, this is why the ACC is going down the drain. You had Notre Dame strong-arm you into bringing in 2 losers. And by the way, I know SMU fans are talking a bunch of shit. I'm fine with that. I don't care. Let them talk their shit. They're going to lose anyway. Nobody cares. SMU hasn't done anything since they cheated in the 80s and got the death penalty. Nobody gives a shit about SMU. So I'm not really worried about that. But I do think that SMU was a better ad 100,000 times more than Cal and Stanford. By the way, SMU has money. They have a fan base that travels. They have, they can get athletes to come there. They actually are funding themselves, this is fine with me. Cool. At least we don't have to fund your ass because we're tired of funding everybody else. Cal, Stanford, get the fuck out. Go somewhere else. All right? I don't need this. And the only reason you're here is because Notre Dame strong-armed Jim Phillips to do it, just like they've done every single other thing. And by the way, Notre Dame wasn't supposed to get a full share either. And guess who did? Notre Dame.
What you thought? The ACC did what they always do. Notre Dame was like, we want a full share. The ACC was like, hot tool, and they spit on that thing so that Notre Dame would come in here. That's exactly what they did. And just
put it right down their throat, didn't they? They just 100%
swallowing it every chance that they got. They're like, hey, Notre Dame, what do you want to do? Hey, Notre Dame, can we do this? Can we do that? Notre Dame is just like, yo, why are you here?
I have a feeling, I'm telling you right now, I have a feeling that's why the ACC doesn't want those court documents released, because it'll show that they've lied to every single member about what Notre Dame's really up to when they're not even a member. That's all I'm going to say.
They're a waste of time. But see, so back to this mess. So you bring in SMU. I mean, at least they were a little more classy than Tennessee. They were actually handing out envelopes in the locker room when they were out here cheating.
Well, they were doing full-on cars out in front of the school.
Oh, of course,
that's cool.
Of course, old boy was like, "Hey, we got a payroll to make, maybe." All right, at least they were a little more classy than
That's
Tennessee.
Called oil money.
So SMU, I'm not really gonna say that now. Their fans, I'm sorry, What have y'all done worth talking about? All right, SMU, you have
Nothing.
like y'all have some nerve to be opening y'all mouths, bumping your gums, thinking that
Couldn't even get
anybody
into
has anything to
Texas.
say about what y'all got going on. All right,
He couldn't even
what
get
are y'all
into
doing?
A&M and like be one of them overall wearing weirdos doing
Like,
cheers. He had to
right?
go to SMU. Like, get out. I don't need this.
Like, shut
You know.
y'all ass up. Y'all ain't been worth talking about ever. The only listen. When ESPN makes a 30 for 30 and Skip Bayless is the one giving more commentary on your team than anybody else nationwide, shut your ass up. All right. That means you ain't been relevant since before my mama was born. Like, shut the hell up. Don't nobody want to hear nothing out of SMU. Now, Cal and Stanford, the only thing I
Ugh.
know about Cal, and if I'm not mistaken, wasn't Cal the band is on the field? It wasn't that game? Wasn't that them?
Yeah.
Okay, I know that, and I know that Marshawn Lynch was riding around in a golf cart after he went to work. That's all I know about Cal. Cal is a waste of time,
It's
and
and they're
also
broke.
and
And they're
also
broke.
random. You're a waste of space and time. We are giving you more coverage right now on this podcast than anybody has given you in the history of your raggedy ass program. And then you got Stanford. Stanford, what are y'all doing? Oh, we're the Harvard of the West. And so, have y'all won anything? Have y'all done anything worth talking about?
Nope.
No. So why are we over here? Like, what good are y'all?
Well, what I will say about Stanford is the one thing they did do worth talking about is beat Oregon that year and allow Florida State to become the #1 team in the country, darling. That's what they did. That's the
Okay.
one thing they did.
So
That's
your
it.
claim to fame is you had Andre the Giant's son playing quarterback for you, and you beat Oregon one time, and Florida State jumped to the #1 team in the country.
Yeah, and it was a fun day. That's
And the
all I'm
AC
gonna
and the
say.
ACC looked at all of that twerk, that pure ass bouncing on camera, and was like, we need that. We need that. Here's the one thing I'll give them credit for, because I'm not going to be all doom and gloom, because I'm pretty sure we play one or maybe two of these teams this year. So I'm going to give y'all some love. We
We do
can
like
say that.
easy wins.
I mean, listen, not only that, but y'all going to be great practice for some of our backups.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
they do have the same amount of ACC titles as the University of Miami Hurricanes.
Can you imagine?
The boys ain't played a
Y'all, the
single
fact that Wake
game.
Forest has one and Miami doesn't absolutely just makes me just want to fall over out of my chair right now.
Oh,
Wake Forest, Wake Forest. I'm
and Pittsburgh.
man.
And
That
Pittsburgh.
should hurt your feelings, but it doesn't hurt their feelings because they don't even it doesn't come into their brain. They're
Ugh.
like, oh, we're gonna win. So yeah, with Cal, here's what I'm gonna say. Cal is such a waste of time. Not only are they broke, but they have more people protesting living in trees than they do in their football stands. And we know that football actually drives the money. We don't need these weirdo wokety wokesies going like, stop playing football. We need to save the tree. No, ma'am. Okay, get out of the tree, take a bath, put on deodorant, brush your hair, get down, go to the bathroom, stop doing it in the bag or whatever it is you're doing up there. Weirdos. They are weirdos in Berkeley. I'm just saying. They're weird.
It doesn't make any sense. Shout out to John Jackson in the chat. It said, how is there a team on the Pacific Coast in the Atlantic Coast Conference? And the answer to that, John, is that our
Jim Phillips runs it.
is that the commissioner of this raggedy ass conference more than likely did his classes at some third rate university, and that's where he learned he learned all of his geography from there. He's a waste of time. Every decision that he's made since he's taken over this conference from the last guy who's hiding. I got an update for everybody on that too. The Tiny Hat SEAL Team 6 did find out some information as to where Mr. John Swafford is, and we found out that John Swafford is actually hanging out. He's hiding out up there in Toronto. He is in Drake's compound, ladies and gentlemen. We were able to track him down up there. He was at the concert yesterday where we saw that video of Rick Ross getting his people knocked the hell out. He was one of the people that put the hit out on Ross. All right. All of them thugged out Canadians. Swafford was the one who sent them out there to go after Ross and them boys. All right. Shout out to Canada, because Canada is 1 and Miami is 0. How's Miami getting their ass beat by Canadians now? Like, this is what we do.
I guess it's better than them getting their ass beat by Middle Tennessee State University.
I'm sorry, they got Canadians out here whooping their rappers up. Like, this is what it is. And see, that's the thing. That epitomizes the University of Coral Gables Hurricanes.
Mm-hmm.
They are all talk, and there's no substance behind it. That's what it is. Rick Ross is a former CO cosplaying as a thug, as a gangster. All right. And some real thugs ran up on him and not only sparked off on him, but then they also ran down on the security guard. And we watched as he hid behind police protection while they got him out of there. That's just like the Hurricanes. They run their mouths about how great they are. And they have not been great at all. They are trash. The U is back. The U is back. The U is back to being ass like it has been for the last 20 plus years. It fits perfectly. Makes perfect sense. Okay.
Well, and what I would say to John Jackson, how are there, teams from the Pacific Coast in the Atlantic Coast Conference? Is because Notre Dame told them to. That's why. That's how.
I can't be in a conference where Notre Dame's meat is all in the conference's mouth like this. Like, what has Notre Dame done to be worth any of our time? What have they done?
Well,
When was the last time?
Jim Phillips said that Notre Dame, if they were going to join a conference, it would be the ACC.
Okay, well, go ahead, Notre Dame. Join them.
They aren't.
Join.
You got snowed, you dumb fuck. That's what Jim Phillips is.
We'll be out of here. We ain't got to deal with your ass. Y'all can go ahead. You know what? Then you can have Notre Dame, Miami every year. That'll be the rivalry game that you want. Y'all can get the hands put on you by Miami, and then y'all can go from there. That's it. That's the last good thing that Notre Dame did, was come down here to the University of Coral Gables, get their ass beat, and it pumped blood back into that dead ass program after they won that game down here. That's what Notre Dame did. And now these delusional Miami fans are out here in droves talking about the U is back every 36 seconds because of that one win. That one win is what started all of this shit back up. So I want to thank you for that, Notre Dame. Other than that, you haven't done anything at all. You are a waste of a top 25 spot. You pick and choose who you want to play. You joined the ACC on a part-time basis, but somehow get a full share because you didn't want to join the Big Ten, where you would have to actually go through a schedule where you had to play a Michigan and Ohio State every year. You didn't do it. They're a waste of fucking time. I don't want to hear nothing about Notre Dame no more, and I really don't want to hear anything about the ACC, especially when they thought adding SMU, Cal, and Stanford was going to bring prestige back to this raggedy ass conference. Imagine
that.
Imagine that. Heavy hitter. Them teams
what you do? Just added like a team. You added like what, an extra 6 wins? Because Cal hasn't won a damn game, and the only game Stanford won was against that sorry ass Colorado. Stanford was a 2-win team last year, and one of their wins was Colorado. Are you kidding?
Like I could understand if you brought some world beaters in here. Like, you brought 3 teams that don't nobody give a damn about. Don't nobody give a damn about them. And you thought that was going to help you do what you needed to do over here. Really? Really? They ain't bringing no market share. They ain't bringing no viewers. They ain't bringing nothing into this conference. SMU might flex some oil money. Okay, cool. But they ain't going to do nothing with it. I got to get out of this. I can't wait for my team to get out of this plebeian ass conference. They're a waste of my fucking time. This whole conference is ass. I've been lying about this conference for 20 years, and all of these other fans, all of these fans been right. Hell yeah, I've been lying. I've been lying my ass off.
See, I never lie about the conference. I only lie about my team. I don't give a fuck about the conference.
Oh, I stay lying.
Yeah, no, I don't care about any other team in this conference. I never have. I never will. It will never, ever come out of my mouth. I don't care about any of them. Y'all can lose every game you play. I don't care. I care about mine.
Ugh, I've been lying my ass off. I was down here hard down fighting with SEC fans. Talk, oh, I can't believe y'all playing the ACC. You're trash. I'm like, no. We can definitely run down on stuff. Florida, the ACC's got some good competition. You know, you can't go up to BC and just think you're gonna run through there. But I would lie my ass off out here, sounding like a lame on behalf of this bullshit ass conference. BC is
not on Red Bandana Day. You can't win on Red Bandana Day.
It's the red bandana
Y'all
game.
just be lying. Y'all just lie. Yeah, you do.
Facts.
Anybody can win on red bandana day. Nobody cares. Nobody
Man.
in Boston College even I don't know. Look, that is such a bullshit program too. Look, I am so over all of them. They all suck. Just stop. And by the way, I know this is gonna sound really bad, but like, I mean, Louisville sucks. When's the last? Louisville's never won a national championship in college football. Never. Like sniffed anything. Hell, at Memphis, we used to bring out our keys when I was a kid playing Louisville and do the na hey, because we would beat their shit too. What the hell are you guys talking about? Y'all are nobodies. Yes, you had Lamar Jackson 1 year, and 1 year before that, it was like, oh, Lamar Jackson, Florida State's going to come back, and, Dalvin Cook's hurt. We still beat their ass that first time. The second time, yeah, we got our ass beat. I get it. But, and that was a bad day. We all know that. Jimbo Fisher, thank you, sir, for having 1 foot out the door. And can we I have a little roundabout that I want to do here real quick. And we didn't talk about this on the rundown. We didn't talk about it. But I'm going to go here with this one right now. Texas A&M fans bitching about their baseball coach going to Texas and recruiting players while he was still coaching at Texas A&M. Guys, nobody buys your whining. Y'all had no issue with Jimbo Fisher doing this bullshit. So fuck you. You still didn't win anything. Get rid of your creepy overall players. I'm so done with your cheerleaders. Like, get over it. Stop. You lost to Tennessee, and you should have beat their ass because you were beating their ass the first game. Be quiet.
There's nothing good coming out of College Station. Hell, it's College Station.
That's veterinary program, those bullshit. Weirdos that
fake ass military people. They ain't even no military. What the hell is that?
It's a veterinary program, I think. I don't know what it is.
Out of here. I thought for the longest, because I would look at their games. I'm like, oh, it's like a military school. That's what that is. No, there's some old cosplaying ass military people. That's the Rick Ross of the military over there. That's what that shit is. Like, get y'all asses the fuck out of here. I don't want to hear nothing about Texas. Yeah, they trash too.
I was trying to be nice, but like, this one, I was like, look, that behavior sucks, but like, where was the same energy when you guys were telling us we're sore losers when Jimbo Fisher did this in football, which is the only sport that matters and makes money? Y'all are whining about baseball. I love baseball too. I love baseball, but like, Florida, like, football was the bigger program, and Jimbo Fisher absolutely 100% did that to us. Stopped recruited his players to go with him to Texas A&M, and they're over here whining because their baseball coach said that to go to Texas. Guys, karma's a bitch. Lie in it. You made that bed. You pull those covers up and just sit in it, losers. Sorry.
Put them covers up so that we can see you got on bloomers. They ain't even got on thong. They ain't got on no nice panties. Y'all got on bloomers. Get your period panty wearing asses the fuck out of here. Don't nobody give a damn about what Texas A&M got going on. Y'all out here stealing coaches, and you got a coach stole from you. Your coach was out here. The coach that you stole wasn't doing his job at the last place. Looks like the same shit that happened to you. So you made your bed, lie down in it, roll around in it. You ain't got nothing.
Pull them sheets up. Get your socks on, because you know they all wear socks under the covers,
and they be wool too. They wool socks too,
and probably while they're they all wear socks when they do that. You know what I mean? They look like it. Just saying.
That's terrible. That's terrible. So the ACC's bragging about adding them bullshit ass teams. Go fuck off. Don't nobody give a damn about these 3 teams. They're gonna come over here. They're gonna get their ass beat every week. One of them might pull off a win against the Hurricanes. It would be hilarious if they do, but they're a waste of our time. Don't nobody care nothing about that. Let's move on. Let's get off this bragging ass bullshit. The next thing I wanted to talk about that hit the timeline, which I thought was absolutely hysterical, was the #1 conference in college football. They added a couple of teams. They added Texas and Oklahoma. And again, whoever is running their social media campaign is fucking hilarious. They are bragging. The SEC is actually trying to claim and brag about Texas winning the Rose Bowl versus USC back in 2005.
I don't have the words on this
Man.
one. I really don't.
I think it's fucking hilarious. The SEC cult knows no bounds. All right. This is purely on brand for that raggedy ass conference. It is what they do. And I wanted to run down this because I was actually looking this up. Like the premier team in that raggedy ass conference is Alabama. Alabama will let anybody know how many national titles they got. But if you actually go back and look, they trying to claim national titles where they didn't even play in the title game. They didn't even play in the title game, and they claiming national titles. That is
Sir, Tennessee's been doing that shit for years.
Exactly.
Okay?
Exactly.
That's what they do.
Oh hell yeah! So y'all sat here and made fun of UCF for bragging about winning the national title when they weren't even in the title game, and y'all out here bragging about all the titles that y'all got in the years that y'all didn't even win the title. So it's right old brand for them. So they were like, oh, well, since you in our conference, you won. They out here talking about how the SEC Texas Longhorns beat the Big Ten USC Trojans in an epic game. What? This is what we doing now? They so hard up now because Saint Saban is gone that they got to go back and try to steal national titles from other conferences. Get the fuck out of here! Get the fuck out of here! How you feel about the SEC running their mouths and trying to steal national titles?
Well, I mean, that's what I mean. Look, it doesn't surprise me. It is a cult over there. There's no question. You know, they needed a UT title in the 2000s, right? Because the other sorry ass lowercase UTK hasn't won one since what, 98? You know, I think Tom Hanks was on that island with his volleyball the last time Tennessee actually won anything. So they needed a UT championship that they could brag about, right? So they got one. Maybe it should make Tennessee fans feel a little bad. You know? That's what I would think. That's what I would say. Maybe I feel bad for them. I don't at all. Yeah, it's weird. It's weird. I don't look. Did you see the ACC going like Miami's Big East wins? We've won all these national titles. No.
I'm surprised they didn't, because again, they ain't have no forethought. I guarantee you, if they would have thought about this first, they would have done it. They definitely would have done it, because all of the highlights that they show of Miami are definitely from their Big East days.
Well, that's the only thing they have, because you know they don't have any when they come to the ACC because they haven't won anything. They haven't won anything. They haven't won a conference championship. They haven't won. They haven't had a 10-win season. They haven't won a national like they haven't sniffed anything as of that would be considered good. So yeah, if you want to run the highlights of Miami being good, you've got to put in your VHS tape, get out your VCR, and then show the Big East, you know, in football. Like, when has that even been a thing anymore? Well, how long ago was that? What, 25 years?
Jesus,
I mean, can you imagine? Like, yeah. So, I mean, I get it, but the ACC didn't do that. And I think that Texas USC game was such a huge game. It was such an amazing moment, but you cannot be that thirsty. That is some thirst. You need to, y'all got to get you some electrolytes. You got to drink it.
They need an IV.
Ridiculous. Like something. You need something else, because that ain't it. That ain't it for you. Don't do that again. Whoever posted that and thought it was a good idea was severely drunk.
Oh man, it doesn't
crack
make
is whack.
Crack is whack. And they must have fell and cracked their heads open, because they really think that people's memories are that short-sighted, or we're so short that we can't remember when the Big 12 champion Texas Longhorns beat the Pac-12 champion USC Trojans. The SEC wasn't nowhere near that. They trying to go back and rewrite history, just like Alabama and Tennessee and all of these other ones that are out here bragging about national titles that they got back when black people couldn't even play football. Like, don't nobody give a damn about what y'all doing. We don't go back to look in the record books.
I don't think that should count. I don't think they should count.
Ain't nobody counting that. Ain't nobody counting that. There's a big ass asterisk next to that. Oh, we got 17 national titles. Yeah, how many of them was before black people could play? We don't count any of those. So now you got what, 12? All right, cool. Now, how many of those happened when you were in this conference where you actually won it yourself. When you actually won it yourself, not co-champions, not though we beat that team and they won the title, so now we can claim it, because that's what Alabama's sorry ass been doing for the longest. I don't want to hear it. I want to know the games that you won in the title game where you were definitively the champion. Now, I do understand that back then they had these different polls and all this other bullshit. I don't care. Every year you can go back and find out who the best team was, who played for the national title, and who was named as the unanimous national title. And they did that all the time. And Alabama is out here claiming a whole bunch of bullshit. And now they're out here. Now the SEC as a whole is out here trying to take Texas's title.
That's gross.
I can't wait for them to start running them 2000 Oklahoma tapes too. You know it's coming. They go, oh, Oklahoma won a national title, and they go put the SEC banner all over that too. Like that's just sad. It's just sad, and it just shows you how low that shitty ass conference is, that they would go back and try to rewrite history that way, as if we don't have YouTube where we can go back and see where them teams were playing. Like, really? This is what we doing? Wasting my damn time. They need to go sit down. So they need to go hawk tool somebody too and get their ass the fuck out of here. The SEC is nothing but, that's a whole knob slurping ass conference. It don't matter what team it is. I just hope that the Texas Longhorns and the Oklahoma Sooner fans don't start SEC bullshit too. I hope y'all go into that conference with some sense. Understand that you are individuals. Understand you do not have to assimilate into the cult that is the SEC. Please don't start doing it. Please don't start doing it.
Oh, they are. Texas fans are going to do it. Texas is going to do it. They're going to be all SEC. I mean, I feel like Oklahoma fans may not fall into that trap. I've never seen them. Texas does seem a little cultish to me, and that whole, like, let's follow our drunk head coach. I don't. That was mean. I'm not trying to hate on a guy for being a drunk. I mean, I like my alcohol too. I just don't show up at meetings, waste. He got fired from, USC for that. I'm not lying. But it's so weird that I don't know. Texas has its own history. So why would they want to glob onto that other stuff? And why does the SEC then start taking on Texas's history? It's just weird. Texas is going to be successful in the SEC because they're going to beat the Kentuckys. They're going to beat the Tennessees. They're going to beat the Vanderbilts, just like Alabama does. There's a couple teams in the SEC that are good. It's Alabama and wait a minute, Georgia, and then who else? And which other ones?
I don't know.
Okay, so yeah, they're gonna beat everybody else, just like Alabama and Georgia does, and it'll be fine. It's not like it's a big deal. You're not like what is your conference play consist of? Missouri, Tennessee,
right? Mississippi
Kentucky, State,
South Carolina.
Are you kidding with me?
Like
South
what?
Carolina, yeah. Just stop.
Florida?
LSU is good. I would say LSU is good. I like LSU.
Yeah.
I love their fans. They love the booze in the stadium, and I'm here for that too.
It's abysmal, and I just really hope that they go in there and say, "Yo, these people are crazy. We just gonna collect these checks, do our job, and take our asses home." That's
Which is
what
exactly
I hope
why
they
they picked up the phone and called, the SEC. That's exactly why.
Just keep collecting them checks, and just don't assimilate to that bullshit. They already trying to sucker you in by going, "Oh yeah, SEC can go ahead and claim it." No, Texas, your fans and all of y'all need to come out and be like, "Hey, hold on, bro. We understand that y'all cutting these checks over here, but we did that. Y'all ain't had nothing to do with that. Y'all need to start putting y'all foot down before them boys start putting belt. They gonna start treating y'all like, what is it, Private Pile in Full Metal Jacket? They gonna tie your ass down to a bed, and all of the different SEC schools gonna walk by with soap in a sock and start papping your ass. You better not let them do it, Texas. Don't let them do it, Texas. You got a rich history outside of that trash ass conference. Please don't allow them to just usurp what you've done for yourselves. Even though you won that one national title and ain't win one, 40 years prior to that? How long was it when they won a title before that one? 40 years? 30 years?
Yeah. I mean, it's been a long. I mean,
At least
I think my
do
sister
that.
was on like her second husband at that time.
Yeah, your sister, she either bad or she got that devil box on her. Bo?
Or just
Whew. It's the hey, listen, the crazy ones, the ones that be out here. They stay getting wifed up and they stay letting you go raw. So I'm
if
not gonna
anybody
say
doesn't
nothing
think
bad
I
about
couldn't
her.
get wiped up, I could. I just choose not to.
And you're not going raw, so I'm proud of you. All right, so the next thing that I'm looking at out here is one of the funniest things that I've seen on the timeline. This is absolutely fantastic. So in this week's what's happening in the Big Three moment, your boy Wiltfong had to run down, on a University of Coral Gables hurricane troll. Oh, and it was fan fucking tastic.
Well, yeah, and it was because it was the guy who wears his fake huge AirPods that he
Oh yeah,
doesn't know everybody knows are fake because AirPods are not that big. Those are
right.
called like what do we call them? Like care pods, wear pods, fake pod. I don't know what you want to call them,
Oh yeah.
but nobody's AirPods go down to your chin.
Oh
Okay,
man.
they
It's
don't.
hilarious. All right, so let me set this up for you. So for those who don't know, on the timeline, there's a guy, Big AirPod. He's a huge Hurricanes fan. He's always running his mouth. He's a troll. He's one of the if you like laughing at people getting dunked on, he's one of the best follows of if you are to follow any of the Hurricanes, go ahead and check him out. But Wiltfong dropped an article and he said Oregon landed commitments from 4 blue chip recruits last week and rose to number 5 in the On3 recruiting rankings in the process. Dan Lanning and his staff are in on several 5 stars and many more elite talents as they make a push for the nation's #1 class. So that's what Wiltfong dropped with a link to his article. The Hurricanes come out. This big AirPod asshole comes in and says, "That's all Nike and Cristobal. We don't actually know what Lanning is in terms of building his own. To his credit, they at least haven't regressed." So, of course, he's trying to give credit to Dan Lanning doing work at Oregon to Cristobal. And then Wiltfong comes back and puts belt to ass to this young thug. And he goes, Wiltfong comes back and goes, "They certainly took over a strong situation, but nobody hit bigger in the portal at QB than Oregon under this new staff. And they've landed many other difference makers out of the portal as well. We've seen impact young high school guys as well." Wiltfong came back and was like, "Hey, bro, I'm not here for all this trolling. Go ahead and pull your pants down, put your hands underneath that couch cushion. I'm taking this belt off because you thought you were going to come out here and say something." Wiltfong put belt to ass to that young man in the most corporate, the most sophisticated, the most professional way possible. He said, "Shut your ass up, sit your ass over there at the kiddie table and eat them chicken tenders and them cold ass tater tots. And the only reason it's cold is because I made this shit about an hour ago and you let it get cold because you said you weren't hungry. And I'm not getting off my couch to go warm it up for your ass." All right. He treated that man like a redheaded stepchild and put belt to ass on that young thug. And I, for one, thought it was hysterical. Hysterical. You don't see Wiltfong get out of character. And he wasn't out of
Never.
character there, but he had to check old boy. Wiltfong said, "No, my brother, shut your ass up." And it was fantastic.
As I said, if I had posted something and someone like Wiltfong had come under there like that, I would just delete my account. Like
Oh,
it would have been like I would just been like, oh man, I got owned. And but Miami fans have so like they have so no self-awareness or no shame or whatever we want to call them that it's
mhm.
like they're like, oh wow, he talked to me. That's exactly what that loser is probably saying. Look at what clout I have. Steve Wiltfong just responded under my post, not realizing he just fucking bodied your sorry ass.
Right, right. That boy Wiltfong glazed that young thug.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, get your ass the fuck up out of here. And it was fantastic. Hey, listen, Wiltfong might as well broke a beer bottle and swatted Cuz upside the head with it. Like, that's what it was. He got smacked down, and the ratio that came with that was hysterical. Again, more delusion coming out of these morons down in the Coral Gables. These Hurricanes fans do not know what the hell they talking about. I told you it was going to be something that's going to show. We're getting to that point. It's almost at peak capacity when it comes to the delusion of the Miami Hurricanes. And I don't know if you getting Wiltfong to dunk on you is not like all-time level delusion. I don't know what is. First is Mario's the new Dabo, and now you got Wiltfong dunking on your fans out here. I love it. I absolutely love it.
Well, I think Miami fans get dunked on that, like on a daily basis, like hourly basis, maybe every 15 minutes, because we have never found a more delusional or ridiculous non-fact based fan base that we've ever seen. Like I have never found them. They're going to still be the same. And I can 100% tell you this guy went home and was like, oh, Steve Wiltfong is my friend. Like, I can already see it. Like, look, he responded under my post. Like, he's probably bragging about it. And then someone else reads it and he's like, do you not see that he's like owning you?
That boy pulled his pants down and shit all over your carpet.
Delete my Twitter if that happened to me. Like, I would delete. I wouldn't even say anything else. I'd be like, oh, God, am I embarrassed? But Miami fans don't even know that they're not good. They don't know. They're really absolutely, I feel like they should be in special homes for people who maybe they're schizos. I don't know. I really don't. The voices in their heads tell them they're good. I don't know. They can lose games and they're like, we're still good. So again, they post videos bragging about losses. So again, I don't know what the delusion is over there. I mean, I'd like to drink the water they're drinking because it seems like a puff fast situation. It seems like you guys are really thrilled with being mid. I'm not. That wouldn't be me. Couldn't be me. I would never post a video being like, look at our loss. Isn't this great? Can you imagine if Florida State fans were posting videos of the 60-3 because Brock Glenn threw that great pass
at the beginning of the game?
Yeah.
Right.
Can you imagine? Like, that is what Miami fans would have done. I can promise you that. I promise you they would have. Look at this pass. Our quarterback room's going to be so good. Look at our wide receivers. Sirs, you lost. You know what I mean? Like, Florida State fans did not do that. Nor would we. But Miami fans are so delusional. It's just the world they live in. And I get it because they live on the internet because they're not actually going to games. They are on the internet. They're believing these media people. And a lot of sports journalists, and people don't understand this, a lot of sports journalists went to Miami. So when all this hype gets done with ESPN or Fox News, Fox Sports, or whatever it is you're watching, a lot of them went to Miami. Miami has a journalism school. They went there. So that's why they're always being hyped up, and these fans believe it. And I mean, I get it. If I'm a fan too, I mean, oh God, if I was down for 20 years or 25 years, I don't know. I'd need some sort of proof. Proof of life. I need a proof of life. Give me your ear. Give me your ear. Show me you're going to show me something. Because after 25 years, I'd be like, look, I'm out. Like, I don't know what to say.
Hey, listen. I figured it out. Miami is the Jean-Benet Ramsey of college football. All right. Y'all used to be pretty. We seen y'all in your photos. And now we don't know what the fuck happened to you. All right. Y'all been missing for the longest. They making documentaries about how you've been missing all this time. We don't know what the hell yet. We think somebody took you out. We have no proof. So get y'all dead beauty pageant asses the hell out of here. They're a waste of time. And their fans are delusional. They're trash. The stadium is half empty. I saw the college football 2025 game put out the picture of what it looks like. Somebody put out a little video showing the fans in the crowds holding up to you, and I immediately retweeted that and said, "Hey, this can't be real. This got to be a video game because there's way too many people in the stands." And one of my, I think it was Spiratics or somebody who jumped in and they were like, "No. They're only showing the one section where they allow the fans to sit." And I said, "Yeah."
Well, I mean, I'm going to disagree with that because one time I saw in what was that? The Georgia Tech game where they had the recruits like cattled in and there was no fans in the stands. They had could have let those poor kids sit in actual seats. but you roped them off like cattle, about to put them on the on the truck to go to the slaughter. What in the world? They're all like, there was about 150 of them just sitting in this small box, like roped in, and there was nobody in the stands. You could have let them go sit down. You could have put them in the stands, but you chose not to because you're absolute weirdos. Like, I have no words for that one. That was, and then, they hired their defensive coordinator off Indeed. I mean, it was a mess, and Twitter was in its bag that game. I'm not going to lie about that. That was the best.
They really did. They got hit for 98-yard bombs against Middle Tennessee State. And then the boys lost to an Indeed coach, too. That is peak trash baggery.
And then we're sitting here, like, having to listen to them again. Oh, we're going to win the ACC. Stop. I beg you to stop, because you're giving us so much fuel. Miami fans, if you are on here, just be quiet maybe for a year, and we'll leave you alone.
No.
Win something.
Keep
talking. I get it. They're never going to. They're like never going to be quiet.
I want them to keep talking. Keep running your mouths, because it is bringing joy to my life watching y'all.
I agree.
They're like the New York Knicks. I love it when the Knicks bump their gums and they get all happy, and then their hopes get dashed in the second round. It's the same thing with Miami. I love when y'all are out here in these streets from like February until August. Y'all running y'all mouths. You get your chest puffed out. So you wake up one morning, you drink some of your Flint water, and you walk around here losing your damn mind.
Flint water?
Yeah, hell yeah. They drinking that Flint water. And then they turn around and September hits and they get that ass whooped. And all they're doing is singing Green Day songs. Wake me up when September ends, because y'all are pure and utter ass. And it is fantastic. Y'all can go shut y'all asses up, sit y'all asses down, and go drink a Tecate or something. That's what y'all need to do, because it is a waste of fucking time. Enough about them. So Wiltfong, shout out to Wiltfong. Tiny, are we gonna tip the tiny hat to you, sir, for dunking on a University of Coral Gables Hurricanes fan who probably ain't even allowed on the campus, because he ain't allowed on that side of the county. Keep up the great work, Wiltfong. Welcome to the Big Three, and keep trolling these fools out here. All right, and then our last topic today. I wanted to throw something at Jen, because I know how much certain FSU fans, Jen in particular, love to dunk on and roast our good friend Deion Sanders out here. Some of these Colorado fans,
oh my God,
they must also be sipping that Flint water, because the Colorado fans out here are really out here saying that not only does Colorado have the top offense in the nation, but they also saying that Colorado is going to go 10-2 this season. 10-2 for the Colorado Buffs in the 2024-2025.
And by the way, when you see that comment of 10-2 and you respond with what coach, they get really mad. I'm gonna let you know that. They do. They get very mad. I simply asked the question, did you get a new coach? Because that ain't happened this year. I mean, are you crazy? Are you crazy? Yo, I can't. I really can't. I can't.
Hey, shout out to the Renegade Report. Deion got 3 toes on that foot for 3 wins. Hey, you come on, dog. Come on. Come on, dog. That man has had his blood, sweat, and tears out here for Florida State. Although I don't think he had to, he didn't have to sweat much. He damn sure ain't bleed at all, because ain't nobody throw to his half of the field. That's cold. That's cold. So how you feel about Colorado?
George, how do I feel about Colorado? Well, one, Colorado's not a real program. Nobody cares about Colorado. Deion is coaching at Colorado because his kids were allowed to go to Colorado. And also, do not ask them who is going to be their new head coach next year when all his kids leave. They also get mad about that. That's what I'm going to say. That hurts their feelings. They don't understand. Okay, honestly, do you think Deion Sanders is going to be the head coach of Colorado when Shedeur, Travis, and Shiloh are gone? Answer. Be honest. Be honest.
Hell no. He out. He out. We know this already, but we can see that he's doing this, just like LeBron, try to make sure that he set his boys up for the chance to get a better look. Shador's gonna go out there and sling the ball around if that offensive line can hold up, which it can't. They can't block me. They couldn't block me from getting through that damn line.
My 4-year-old could go out there and run through that damn thing.
Facts.
I can promise you
they're
that.
about to get their ass lit up. He got to get Travis Hunter to commit to one side of the ball, hopefully wide receiver, based on everything that we've seen about what they're saying about him. He's a better receiver than he is a corner. So they got to get him to get on one side of the ball and just focus on that so he can go to the league and do work.
Travis is too busy wearing furry suits and doing Twitches.
Nope, not touching that. Leaving that
I will. I did it. I said it. You know I'm right. This man was online wearing a Winnie the Pooh outfit, doing Twitch videos.
Nope.
I can't. Look, you all can hate me if you want to, but it seems a little to me.
I'm not messing with that. I'm leaving that
I'll do
alone.
it.
Listen, these Gen Z kids are weird. All right, that's all I'm gonna say. These Gen Z kids are weird.
That's why I don't mind saying it.
So
what are they gonna do? What are they gonna do? They're gonna do anything except for cry.
Hey, listen.
And call somebody else to be like, can you not tell them to stop talking bad about me? Win a game. Win a game, sir. Get your Pooh Bear outfit off.
I mean, I think it'll be hilarious because look. Here's the one thing that I could say if Deion was going to stay, the reason he would do so. If they do win this year, they're like, oh, you did it with your son and da 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 da. Maybe he turns around and says, you know what, I'm gonna see if I can win without him, and goes out here and tries to recruit somebody else. But I don't think Deion likes Colorado. I really don't. I don't think
of course he doesn't. Look, Deion went to Colorado because that's the only place that would pay him. That's the only school that wasn't a G5 that would hire him. Let's be real, like for real here.
Yeah.
Multiple schools. He tried to get jobs at multiple schools. Multiple schools said, sir, no.
Florida State.
Colorado, yes, absolutely. Colorado is such a shitty program, such a loser program that they were like, the only way we can get actual people to care about us is if we hire a celebrity. I mean, no offense. They basically got a celebrity.
They've been irrelevant.
I mean, that's all they did.
They've been irrelevant. Who's it? Cordell Stewart? Wasn't that the one who was there back in the early 90s?
Who the hell cares? Do you know? Nobody else knows. Colorado had to share a title with Georgia Tech in 90. That's the last time they were even relevant. Stop. We're all over it. Colorado is nobody cares about Colorado. Even the hippies in Colorado don't care about Colorado. The only people showing up at Colorado games right now are Chads and Deion sycophants and God, what was the other one I was thinking of? They're like just loose celebrities. That's it. Wash celebrities who need camera time because ESPN is giving them the camera time. That's all it is. That's it. That's it.
He gonna bring them ratings in. Yo, shout out to Big Lubbock. Yeah, he brings the TV ratings for the first half of the season, then it drops. Fact.
Yep.
Everybody watched them 3 games. That they had.
And then we watched them lose to Stanford.
And then nobody turned the TV back on to even see the rest of it. I didn't even realize that they had lost like 6 in a row at one point because I hadn't heard anything about Colorado after the first 3 ass whoopings.
And in that same conversation that I sent you with the Colorado stuff, they say Shador could win a Heisman. Can you please stop? I can't with this anymore. Y'all are so crazy in Colorado. I've never seen anything like this. And these Colorado fanboys or podcasters or whatever, and I get it. You're excited about Deion Sanders, and you've had publicity that you've never had in your life because you're a loser program. I 100% get it. You're excited. But what are you going to do next year when he's gone? Because he is leaving next year. There's no question. So you've got to understand, nobody is trying to be mean to you, but you guys have gotten so wild in this stuff that you really think Colorado fans think they're Alabama. It's insane to me. They're like, oh, we have the best offense in the country. We're going to have the best offensive line. My 4-year-old could run through your offensive line.
Them boys been irrelevant for 30 plus years. 30 years. And you think
Miami fans are going, hold our beer. You're worse than us. You've been irrelevant longer than we have. Tennessee fans are like, man, it's been since 98. Okay. Calm down.
They're ridiculous, man. I don't understand it. I just wanted to throw that in there to let Jen let y'all know and give y'all her feelings on this tragic story that is Colorado. The state itself is pretty cool. The city looks nice that they in. There's only like 18 black people up there, and I don't even think they like them up there.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So it's like, everybody was like, okay, again, with the HBCU, this is why Deion is such a fraud. He was at Jackson State. He got Travis Hunter to flip from Florida State to go to an HBCU, first time ever. And then the first time he gets a job offer, he goes to the whitest city in Boulder, Colorado. Colorado is the 1% of the 1%, and they're all white.
And that's what John Benet
everybody is sitting there, and everybody's sitting there going, oh, Deion, you're doing so much for these people. No, the fuck he's not. You know what he did? He kicked out a bunch of kids who were actually poor kids out of that school, told them to go kick rocks so he could just transfer in a bunch of other losers who still lost to Stanford. I don't have the words.
He built a squad of mercenaries that ran off on the plug with all of the bread that they got up there. But hey, they get steak deals with Twitch and Kick. So that's pretty funny over there. I just think Colorado is going to go into the tanks. I would love to see Deion do well at Colorado, especially because it ain't going to negatively affect me and what I got going on over here. I'm always going to say hopefully he can do well. I don't think they will. But the number one offense in the country, you are smoking crack, sir. And going 10-2, you are not only smoking crack, you are actually taking the rock after you have smoked it out. You're taking another rock and chewing it up, rubbing it on your gums so that you look like one of them Ed, and Eddie characters with no teeth in your mouth, sir. I need you to go steal somebody else's TV. I need you to go get yourself into a rehab facility. And I'm going to need you to take care of yourself because this is the year of 2024. And we all need to be progressing towards our ultimate goal. And your goal, sir, Mr. Number one offense in the nation, number 10-2 for Colorado. Your goal this year is to put the pipe down. I know it's tough because this shit keep calling me, man, but you got to let it go. You can't do that. All right. Let's be better than that. I do want to say shout out to everybody in the chat for pulling up on us tonight. This was a fun one. The ACC is trash. The University of Coral Gables Hurricanes, y'all trash. The SEC are just history rewriting trash, and the Colorado Buffaloes are pure and utter trash. Sorry about that, but I do want to say thank you to everybody for pulling up. From my beautiful co-host, the FSU Harley Quinn, Jen, thank you for pulling up. Everybody like, subscribe, and we're going to get y'all out of here with our theme song from the Real Trub Life, FSU versus everyone. Tiny Hat Gang, we out.
Night, guys.
Hey, man. FSU versus everybody. Let go. First off, fuck Bama in the road tide. Fuck Tuscaloosa in every city that's close by. Bitch ass hillbilly redneck fans. Auburn almost caught y'all slacking like dress hands. Michigan trash, they ain't got a damn chance. Only Wolverine I respect is X-Man. Keen ass coach got exposed, still in plays. Damn right I'm bitter, y'all sweeter than lemonade. Texas ain't shit to rave about. The Longhorns only good at a steakhouse. Had y'all like number 3, I was like, no way. Y'all lost to Oklahoma, which means y'all just okay. And Washington not important. Y'all be some ducks acting like that's vital as an organ. If we played y'all, we kick that ass Chuck Norris. Y'all stay boring. Only thing in that bitch is a forest. Let's set the record straight. Fuck your team if it ain't Florida State. 13-0, undefeated. Damn, what more it take? Denied our presence. That should be a crime. They jealous. Probably get in if the Gators wasn't 5. Miami better not say nada. Last time they won a championship, food stamps had paper dollars. Shout out to FAMU, that's fam too. They say it's about money, but keep it 100.